Castor and Pollux, the Dioscuri, were twin half-brothers in Greek and Roman mythology. They were born from the same mother, Leda, but had different fathers. Castor was the mortal son of Tyndareus, while Pollux was the divine son of Zeus, who took on the form of a swan. Some accounts even suggest that they were born from an egg, along with their twin sisters, Helen of Troy and Clytemnestra. Despite their different fathers, the brothers were inseparable. Pollux even asked Zeus to let him share his own immortality with his twin, so they could remain together. In response, the two were transformed into the constellation Gemini, also known as the Tyndaridae or Tyndarids. The Dioscuri were not only remembered for their unique birth story but for their patronage of sailors. Sailors would see their manifestation as Saint Elmo's fire, a sign of good luck. Additionally, they were associated with horsemanship as they were believed to be the Indo-European horse twins. One day, Castor and Pollux were out on a hunting trip when they were ambushed by bandits. Castor was mortally wounded, and Pollux was heartbroken. Pollux could not bear the thought of living without his twin and begged Zeus to help him. Moved by Pollux's devotion to Castor, Zeus allowed Pollux to spend half his time in the heaven with him as an immortal and the other half in the underworld with his brother, who had become a part of Hades' kingdom. Thus, the brothers remained inseparable even in death, alternating between spending half their time on Mount Olympus and half in the underworld. Castor and Pollux, the extraordinary twin half-brothers, were celebrated for their loyalty, bravery, and love for each other, reminding us that our most crucial relationships can transcend even death. Castor and Pollux were famous for their adventurous nature, and just like any other story, their love life wasn't smooth sailing. They fell in love with the Leucipides, Phoebe and Heliera, but the two women were already betrothed to their cousins, Lynceus and Idas. The twins felt heartbroken with this realization and decided to take action. They successfully abducted the women, and their actions had consequences. Each of the women bore a son, which started a feud among the brothers' 4 children. A few years later, during a cattle raid, the twins and their cousins got into a heated disagreement. The situation escalated when Lynceus and Idas tricked Castor and Pollux by quickly eating the meat. The twins were furious and vowed to take revenge. When the opportunity presented itself, they planned to steal their cousin's herd while their uncle was away. They left Helen, who later gained the attention of Paris, alone to entertain the guests. As Castor and Pollux embarked on their mission, they were approached by Idas and Lynceus. Lynceus, who could see in the dark, spotted Castor hiding in a tree and attacked him, causing a fatal injury. However, Castor managed to warn his brother before dying, and Pollux killed Lynceus. As Idas was about to kill Pollux, Zeus intervened. Pollux was given a choice, to spend all his time on Olympus or give half his immortality to Castor. He opted for the latter, enabling them to alternate between the heavens and the underworld. The twins became the constellation Gemini, and they were known for their power to aid shipwrecked men. Their love, bravery, and dedication will forever be remembered in Greek mythology. The Dioscuri, known by their names Castor and Pollux, were Greek mythological figures with a confusing origin story. Some claim that they were the sons of Tyndareus alone, while others insisted that Zeus and Leda had given birth to them. However, one thing that remained consistent was that Pollux was immortal, while Castor was not. Homer's Iliad suggested that both brothers were mortal, but the epic cycle's Lost Cypria revealed that Zeus had given both brothers shared immortality after their earthly deaths. The Dioscuri's reputation ranged from being helpers to mankind, to patrons of athletes and athletic contests. In particular, they were invoked by sailors and travelers who hoped for favorable winds. So well known were they as protectors of those in peril, that they often intervened in moments of crisis to aid and safeguard those who showed them honor and trust. As horsemen and boxers, the Dioscuri embodied the physical strength and grace that made them powerful and inspiring figures of Greek mythology. Their intriguing backstory, as well as their consistent depiction as divine helpers and patrons, have ensured a lasting place for them in the history of human imagination. Castor and Pollux were two brothers with a mysterious and unclear origin. Despite this, they were often depicted as powerful figures with immense strength and capabilities. In fact, they were even described as having honor equal to gods, and were celebrated in various poems and plays. One such instance occurred when Simonides praised the brothers in an ode celebrating his patron Scopa's victory in a chariot race. However, he was quickly rebuked for giving them too much attention. Despite this, the brothers seemed to take an interest in the poet and even warned him that the building would collapse. As predicted, it did collapse while Simonides was outside. Apart from this, Castor and Pollux also made appearances in two plays by Euripides, Helen and Electra. Despite being mortal, their extraordinary abilities and mythical parentage lent them a certain amount of awe and reverence, making them unique and noteworthy figures in ancient Greek mythology.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.